This is the Behind the Line podcast, coming to you from the wacky left coast capital of Seattle. News from the Pacific Northwest, the left coast, the U.S., and the world that matters. The stories the MSM won't talk about. Deciphering the truth through all the lies. For more, visit BehindTheLinePodcast.com.
The United States Food and Drug Administration. What is their mission statement? The Food and Drug Administration is responsible for protecting the public health by ensuring the safety, efficacy, and security of human and veterinary drugs, biological products, and medical devices, and by ensuring the safety of our nation's food supply, cosmetics, and products that emit radiation. That's from their own website, their mission. This is the same organization that told you COVID-19 vaccines were safe and effective, right? So I don't know if you saw the article earlier this week, about a study that found the chemical Chlormequat in Cherrios and Quaker products. And this is a pesticide. And what this study found, this was published in the Journal of Exposure Science and Environmental Epidemiology, that 80% of Americans tested positive for that chemical, Chlormequat, in their system. It's a plant-regulating agent that is currently not approved for edible crops in the U.S. But imported foods treated with Chlormequat are allowed to enter the country. That's our FDA hard at work for you folks. They'll ban stuff in our country, but they'll allow these companies to import this garbage and feed it to you. Chlormequat chloride is a pesticide used as a plant growth regulator. The agricultural chemical works by decreasing stem height. This prevents crops from bending over, which can make harvesting more difficult. It is most commonly used on wheat, oats, and barley. Chlormequat is not approved for use on edible plants in the U.S. However, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency decided in 2018 to allow the importation of foods treated with the chemical. It is approved for use on food crops, mostly grains, in the European Union, the United Kingdom, and Canada. Why? Why do they allow this stuff to be fed to us? It's their job to protect, quote-unquote, Americans. This should really piss you off if it doesn't. You feed this stuff to your kids. Cheerios, oatmeal. These government organizations that claim to care so much about Americans, and yet they allow this trash to be fed to your children. They give kids Cheerios at school. The study published in the Journal of Exposure Science and Environmental Epidemiology found that Chlormequat was detected in 77 of 96, or 80% of Americans tested for Chlormequat. Researchers used urine samples collected from 3 geological regions between 2017 and 23 to test for the presence and concentration of Chlormequat in the bodies of the participants. The study found not only that 4 out of 5 Americans have the pesticide in their system, but that the concentration is increased compared to prior years. The study also found the chemical in 92% of oat-based foods purchased and tested in May 2023, including Quaker Oats and Cherrios. Researchers found the presence of Chlormequat in both traditional and organic oat and wheat-based foods. Researchers tested conventional oat-based products purchased in June and August 2022 and May 2023. Of both sets, Chlormequat was detected in 92% of the tested products. Organic oat-based products had a lower detection rate of 12.5%. A sample of conventional wheat-based products tested in February 2023 also found that 22% had traces of Chlormequat. The The study authors tested several individual items from a variety of brands for the presence of Chlormequat. The chemical was found in several General Mills products, including Cherrios, Quaker food products, including oatmeal, granola bars, and old-fashioned oats, and some generic store-branded granola and cereals, including Walmart and Target. Molly Wolf, a spokesperson for General Mills, told USA Today in a statement, "All our products adhere to all regulatory requirements. Food safety is always our top priority at General Mills, and we take care to ensure our food is prepared and packaged in the safest way possible." PepsiCo, who owns Quaker Foods, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Seriously, yes, you follow all the regulations, but are you doing the moral right thing by feeding this trash to American children? Scientists don't know the exact impact of Chlormequat on the human body, as testing has been focused on animals thus far. Some prior studies have found that Chlormequat is linked to infertility, disrupted fetal growth, delayed puberty, and disruptions to the metabolic system. However, these studies were performed on mice and rats and have not been conducted on or translated to humans. EWG said that studies on the pesticide are ongoing, but argued although these studies focus only on the chemical's potential effects on animals, they raise questions about whether it could also harm humans. No kidding. Of course it harms humans. We shouldn't be putting this crap, these chemicals, they shouldn't be allowed to use these chemicals anywhere on food that people eat. We should not be putting this stuff in our bodies, and of course it's going to do something to us. You can't just go around eating chemicals. The EWG also noted a 2023 proposal by the EPA to allow the use of Chlormequat on barley, oat, triticale, and wheat grown in the U.S. for the first time following Chlormequat manufacturer Tamanico's application to do so in 2019. EWG has said they oppose the plan. See, these chemical companies are just paying off these politicians and government organizations in order to get the ability to feed you this trash so they can grow more, make more money, and kill you in the process. Kill your kids, give you cancer, make you infertile, make your kids infertile, make your kids have puberty later than they should. Why are we okay with this? Why is the government allowing this? It's like the whole Monsanto thing. How many years did that take to get resolved? Because they're paying these politicians so much money. They have all these lobbyists taking care of this for them. And all it boils down to is how much money all these people are making. Politicians, these companies, and even these farmers, unfortunately. If these government watchdogs who are supposed to take care of this stuff don't, then the only way we're going to be able to stop this is by not buying this garbage. Because if you don't buy it, they're not going to make any money. This needs to stop. These people all need to be held accountable. Contact your representatives and tell them to stop supporting this trash, to stop letting the EPA and the FDA support this trash. These are the people that are so worried about the environment and your health and all this garbage, and yet this is allowed. What's it going to take, folks, for people to wake up to this stuff? This is a serious problem. It's crazy.
Thank you for listening to the Behind the Line podcast. If you like this broadcast, please like and share it. Please follow us on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, Truth Social, Telegram, Gab, Parler, and LinkedIn. You can find our podcast at BehindTheLinePodcast.com, NetNewsNetwork.net, and on Anchor, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and anywhere podcasts can be found. Thank you for your support.